Hello there. What is going on, everyone? We are talking about IG-11 and IG-88 for Star Wars Legion today. AMG dropped another article yesterday talking a little bit about this upcoming expansion, which I do happen to have pre-ordered already, so I can't wait for these delicious droids to show up. Why am I calling them delicious? You're about to find out, because we're going to kick it into overdrive and knock your socks off with some really exciting cards. Or maybe your socks will stay on. Who knows? Let me know in the comments if your socks stay on or stay off. Before we jump into it though, a little admin stuff. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like the video, share the video, all that good stuff. Stick around. We got lots more Star Wars Legion content as well as other Star Wars gaming content. Plus we do giveaways all the time. Another giveaway is about to be kicking off very soon. Also a big thanks to today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. If you're playing Star Wars Legion, you need to check out luxuryplaystyle.com and look at these amazing full metal tokens. They are exquisite. They're fabulous, and you are going to love them. Use code Crabbok VIP to save 15% off of your order. Check them out. They're double-sided. Orders that use that code that spend at least $35 are going to get a free Crabbok token. It's got the lightsaber nunchucks on it. It's got a 5 on the back. You can use it for high counts of damage. You can use it to mark a commander for the C side. You can use it light side versus dark side. All kinds of great stuff. But definitely check out luxuryplaystyle.com. Don't forget code Crabbok VIP. All right, so in today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about, we'll talk about IG-88 first. He is coming, he's a merc. He is going to be available for the Empire only, not any of the other 4 primary factions. So he's going to start out as a lovely droid that the Empire is going to have some fun with. He is coming in at 110 points. He has training, comms, and equipment, surge to critical. And he is an operative. He's got some pretty awesome keywords. He's got armor 1, which is always really, really nice. It kind of helps with the whole droid thing and the whole cover situation. So, you know, I like the armor 1. It's going to help him stay alive just a little bit longer. He does have red defense dice on top of that too, and 5 health. So he won't go down super quick, but he's also not invincible. He does have Arsenal 2, which is always really cool, especially for somebody who has 3, count them, 1, 2, 3, weapons. He's got a nice little vibro cleaver. I like that they gave him that because he had that in the movie, and of course his action figures have always had the little cleaver. Very, very cool. And it's not a bad melee weapon. He's got one of each color plus Pierce 1 with that surge to crit being in there. It's a fairly effective little melee weapon. He's got the range 1 to 3 E11 blaster with Pierce 1 and Versatile, which is going to be nice if he's in melee. He can still shoot out. Love Versatile. But that's going to be a black and 2 white. And then he's got the DLT 20 with 2 black and a white. So again, that's going to be 6 dice if he's attacking. A 6 die attack is pretty good. That he can make at range 3. 6 dice at range 3 is pretty good. It's even, but you can, if you're at range 4, you can still do this. I mean, Arsenal, you can split it up, right? So very fun. He also has Bounty, which you would expect from a bounty hunter. He has Impervious, which is also going to be really nice when those piercing attacks come after you. And he has Sharpshooter 1. So with Sharpshooter 1 and Pierce, I think that's a pretty effective ranged attacking droid. He's got good range on him. He's movement 2. Doesn't have defensive surge, but again, he's got the red defense die, so probably doesn't need it all that much. But he looks pretty solid, I'd say. We also get a look at some command cards that he's going to have, and we're only getting a look at 2 because one of them is also usable by him and IG-11, so we'll look at that as well. But they have permanent on them. So he's got focused on the kill. It's going to be permanent. So we've seen permanent cards before. Anakin has permanent cards. It's a thing, and it's a cool thing because it makes you kind of want to play them a little bit earlier, right? So focused on the kill is 1 pip. It's while IG-88 is performing an attack against the unit that has the target of a bounty keyword. Notice it doesn't have to be his bounty. Right, so like if you're running double bounty hunters, especially if you're running both of these IGs, for example, like that's a pretty cool. You can get like a little bit extra versatility with this one. So when he's performing an attack against the unit that is the target of a bounty keyword, that unit cannot spend tokens. Just cannot spend tokens. Love it. If IG-88 has wounds equal to or exceeding his wound threshold, he is not defeated until the start of the end phase. So it's kind of 2 things. It's like, it basically says like, look, we have a really good chance of actually getting rid of you this turn, so we're going to try and kill you, and even if that fails, we're going to die trying. Like, I'm not going down until I kill you. I may not collect bounty on you because I probably won't survive, but I'm still going to take you with me. And so I really like that. And it's focused on the kill. Great artwork there, too. We got Dengar and Bosk. When's Dengar showing up, by the way? Love it. And then we have our 2-pip independent programming, IG-88. Also great look here. Dude, I love this pose because this is like him like holding a guitar. Like he should have a guitar on there. And I hope somebody does an alternate artwork of IG-88 rocking out with like a flying V or something like that. I think that would be really, really cool. But it's also permanent. It says each time IG-88 issues an order to himself, he gains an aim token. He also gains independent dodge. So independent is a good keyword, but I like this because it's kind of like what those Mando super commandos have, where it's like, hey, if I get issued an order, for myself, I get something, but if I don't get issued an order, I have independent. So no matter what, you're going to start with an extra token on them. So this is like a really good like turn 1 card. I feel like this is a really good early one. So this way you can stock him up with extra tokens, and then later on when you play focused on the kill, then he's going to gain an aim token on top of everything else, which is really going to make things work out well. But they I feel like they have to be played in this order: 2 first, then 1 afterwards. I feel if you do it the other way around, it could be problematic. Although your opponent probably wouldn't expect you to do that. So they'll probably know if you have IG-88 and you haven't played your 2-pip yet, your 1-pip probably isn't coming out. So maybe you could use that to like meta game your opponent a little bit. So that's something to think about. But definitely 2-pip wants to come out first here. It makes for a good first turn play, I think, or a potential good first turn play. We also have IG-11, IG-11 Nurse and Protect. I love the subtext under there. Also a Merc. This time is available for both the Empire and the Rebels. Rebels are getting all kinds of goodies here, but again, it reminds me of like recently how I was talking about how the Empire didn't have as much cool stuff coming. But I mean, when you take into consideration that the Mercs that can go in the Empire, they do have some pretty cool things that are coming for them. Especially IG-88, who's basically an Imperial, right? But IG-11 has Empire or Rebels. I think naturally he'll work pretty well with IG-88, but he could work well by himself too. So he's 105 points. He has the training, the comms, the equipment, and the programming. He also has the programmed keywords. You must equip a programming upgrade card. He also has Armor 1, much like his buddy. He has a red defense die. He only has Surge to hit, though, not Surge to crit. But he does have Gunslinger, which is a fantastic keyword. I very much like it. Now, Gunslinger, but not Arsenal 2. So while he has the 2 weapons, like, again, very, very similar to IG-88, right? Like, they're twins, practically. Very, very similar. But you're not going to be able to be like both of these, boom, and then both of these, boom. So you're going to have a little bit of a harder time with that. So you have the choice of, you kind of have to split them up a little bit. So like, if you, I don't know, I feel like the Pierce 1 is kind of what I want to roll a little bit more than this because I got the 2 dice. I still got the Surge to hit, kind of like that. He's also impervious. He's also got Sharpshooter. Great stuff. I like Sharpshooter and Pierce when paired together. And if I happen to have 2 people at range 3, which seems like it's pretty common. Or actually, I mean, he's going to be a little bit better at range 4 because you can now Gunslinger like 2 range 4 units. I think that's really the biggest takeaway here is like Gunslinger range 4. That's awesome, right? You don't have Pierce on that weapon. So, as people come in, like, all right, come closer to him. Then he's going to have Gunslinger Pierce range 3. All right, so yeah, I think IG-11 is maybe the better option. It's tough because there's gives and takes on both of them. So let me know which one you like better down in the comments section. I would love to hear it. I'd love to keep this discussion going. Also, if you're watching this video later on, or anytime really, check out our Discord. We have a great family-friendly Discord. We talk all about Star Wars gaming and lots of other gaming as well. So check it out. The links are in the description below. So we've got some other cards that we've already seen for IG-11. We've got the Nanny programming and the Bounty programming. This one's new, but we've seen Nanny programming already. First off, it's free. It gives you AI dodge move, which isn't terrible, maybe not the greatest thing, but it allows him to take Grogu, right? It gives him counterpart IG-11. And considering he's such a good range 4 gunslinger, like, hey, I want to be back shooting multiple people, maybe he's a good incentive. Maybe he's a safe enough reason to take a Grogu. He'll probably be far enough away from enemies that they won't be able to snatch up the baby if IG dies, and then he can kind of hang out in the back and heal up units. He can, I think that's pretty cool. Now I don't know. Will Grogu even be able to heal a droid trooper? I'm not. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't know if the Force heal really works on a droid trooper or not. Like that's one of those things that I'm like, wait a second, is that even legal? I don't know. but I mean, I think, you know, maybe you pair them with some other snipers or any kind of long range. Maybe be good with like Cassian nearby or something like that. I feel like there's so many interesting combinations to run Grogu with IG, and I think I'd rather run Grogu with IG11 rather than with Din Djarin. But then again, Din Djarin's going to get himself up close and personal. Is going to get himself shot quite a bit. So maybe you have Din Djarin kind of doing his bounty hunter thing, and then you have IG-11 kind of come in later on and like move in and swoop and have Grogu heal him, like, you know, slightly farther away, but just in range of the heal. I don't know. There's just so many different options in it. I think it'll be fun and thematic to run also. But then we've got our new card, Bounty Programming. It's a 5-point programming card, also IG-11 only. This one is not Rebel only like the other one, so this one can go on the Imperial side. This is probably what you're going to run, unless there's some mystery programming that we haven't seen yet. But if you're running him on the Imperial side, he is probably running the Bounty Hunter version, and this gives him some really cool stuff. It gives him Bounty, and it gives him AI Aim or Attack, which is really cool. Now, that's the kind of AI you want to have. Aim or Attack, I love that, because most of the times when you have AI Attack, like, you're like, shoot, I wish I could have aimed first. Now you can aim and then attack, and that's really cool. And if you chose a commander as the target of your bounty, your weapons gain Pierce 1. Oh my gosh. So, I mean, like, dude, how awesome is that? We were talking about, oh, I don't have Pierce 1 on my range 4 gunslinger, but if I chose a commander, now all of a sudden I do, even if I'm not shooting at the commander, right? It means my range 3 gets Pierce 2. Oh my gosh, this dude is... Right. Oh, he looks so good. He looks like too good, honestly. Yeah. Pierce 1. Man. And then if you chose an operative of the target of your bounty, your weapons gain suppressive. Okay, suppressives sometimes... It's really good in some lists, but I'm not totally sold on it because I tend to fight against units that often like to have suppression, you know, like the Jyn Ursos and the Cassian Andors and the Rebel Pathfinder type units a lot. They kind of want suppression, so I'm not as crazy about suppressive. Granted, there's a million other lists out there that don't like suppressive, so, you know, definitely it's a good keyword to have. But man, the other thing is you're not always going to have an operative in the enemy list. You are always going to have a commander, right? Well, unless you're doing field commander, I guess. Oh yeah. So, yeah, because you have to choose them as the target of the bounty. So if your opponent shows up with a field commander and has no actual commander rank, that really is going to hurt bounty hunters. That's a thought. I don't know. I don't run bounty hunters enough that I've run into these kind of problems. But I also don't run field commanders enough, and I don't think that many people run, you know, commanderless lists very often. I think it's sort of a niche thing, but maybe it'll become more of a thing. I don't know. Either way, bounty programming is pretty awesome, and I think it's going to be fun. Oh, we got some cards. We got some cards. So let's talk about these cards, because these are pretty nice. So let's talk about Mechanical Carnage. This is a fun one. A lot of people have these pinwheel kind of I'll kill everything attacks. IG-11 loses Gunslinger. Okay. But the first time he declares an attack action during his activation, instead of attacking normally, he performs an attack against each enemy unit at range 2. So dude, this is not. So if he's working for the Empire and he chose a commander as his bounty, that range 3 gun's gonna have Pierce 2, right? But it doesn't have the best dice. So do you want to use the range 4 gun that may have Pierce 1 at least, you know? But either way, you get to do an attack against each enemy at range 2. It's just a pinwheel. I like it. It's good. Now, granted, he's not getting to put both weapons in there. He doesn't have Arsenal, right? Unless there comes out with some kind of way to give him Arsenal 2. Could you imagine if he got Arsenal 2 there? No, he couldn't. That would probably be broken, but it'd be fun to think about. It'd be fun to think about. You know, and he also has the anti-capture protocols. This is him blowing up, right? And the cool thing is, this is a 3-pip. This is when building a command hand. If your army includes IG-11, this card must be included. So That is pretty cool. It's again, we talked about like the metagaming with your opponents, and they're gonna know that you definitely have this. I don't think that's too much of a bad thing, but at the same time, if you are planning on playing him super safe, this might be a card you skip in favor of something else. Because if you want to keep him in the back lines, keep him as a sniper, he's probably not going to get blown up. He's probably not going to need this one, so it kind of encourages you to maybe play him a little more aggressively. It says at the end of his activation, if he has 3 or more wounds, he performs an attack with the following weapon. And it's, 3 red dice, 2 black dice, blast, impact, 3, and suppressive. Now, the interesting thing here is it's so weird because it's like looks like he's blowing up, but this doesn't say that he blows up. Right? It's like, okay, but it's also not permanent, so you can't do it like twice. But in theory, like this one is just weird because it's not a self-destruct. I thought he was going to get self-destruct. It's not a self-destruct attack. I don't know. Like there have been a couple of misprints lately, you know, and I know a lot of people have been talking about it. I wonder if this might be an error, or maybe I just because the art and the concept of it, anti-capture, like he kept trying to blow himself up. This isn't that. This is just. I mean, it's a kind of blow up attack, but it's like if he has 3 wounds, he performs this attack, and then what happens? You know, like I don't know. Like I don't know. Like he lives, and then you know he blows up and then walks away from it. Like I don't know what happens. You know, if he survives this turn. It's just weird. So like the card is interesting, but it's like I feel like it fails to hit the mark on the thematic kind of avenue. So I don't know. That's my take. I feel like it's missing a line, like he dies after that or something like that, or like this is a self-destruct attack. But if it was a 5 dice like area attack, then that would be too much, right? So I don't know. Like I wonder. I look at this and I wonder what the design process was for this. I'm like, was it supposed to? I'm sure at one point it had to have been toyed around as an area attack, but maybe they said that was too strong, especially if you use 5 dice. But then again, it wouldn't have just make it less. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's well, maybe it's the symbol, right? Is that symbol? Is that the symbol of that's a self-destruct symbol attack? So you know, I looked at it for a second and I was thinking it was a melee attack. And it's the self-destruct symbol attack. So here I am ranting about it. This is what happens when I pull up these cards and look and I start talking about them. So I think that is the self-destruct attack. And it's a little. I mean, it's not. You know, I don't know. I guess that's what it is. I don't play the crab droids very much, so that's on me. That's what I guess it's a self-destruct attack. So never mind. There you go. Yeah. So if you have made it to this point in the video before commenting on the, hey, it's a self-destruct, all you guys who are saying, hey, it's a self-destruct attack, dummy, in the comments, like maybe just watch a little bit more before you comment. Just watch a little bit more because I worked that part out, but I wanted you to go back and now have to edit your comment and then say, oh, I see you figured it out. See, everybody who made it this far before figuring it out or before leaving a comment, thumbs up to you guys. Fizz, pound it. Oh gosh, I'm screwing things up. All right. I'm sorry. It's fun having new previews. It's fun seeing new things that are coming out for one of your favorite games. And you know, I've been playing Legion a little bit more lately, and I'm loving it, man. It's such a fun game, especially when you've got a whole army painted up, and you like I just started doing Shadow Collective again, and I've just got them all finished up, and I've got the magic, I got the fever. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's talk about a machine made for killing. This one is IG11 or IG-88. It is a 2-pip, so it's pretty cool. It means if you're running IG-88, though, you can run like two pips, you know? So like that's kind of cool. Let's go back a little bit. You know, he's got a 1 and a 2, and he can run another 2. It's kind of cool. But there's a lot of other really good 2-pips out there, so it's competing for a really good spot, too. You must nominate IG11 or IG-88. The nominated IG-11 or IG-88 gain an aim, demoralize 3, and steady. Now, steady is really nice. I like steady. It's really good if you're going in for the kill. It's going for that kill shot. It's a great way to get that bounty kill. But I feel like this one's maybe a little bit better for IG-11. maybe just a little bit better. Primarily because we got this one. We got focused on the kill for IG-88. So like he's got his card to get the kill, right? He's got his like, this is my ace in the hole. This is what I'm going to play to get that bounty, get that point, right? And granted, this could be like a second ace in the hole for IG-88. Like, well, you know what? The first one failed, so I'm going to try one more time. But this one, like if you're running both of them, maybe you use this one for IG-11, use the other one for IG-88, you know, something like that. But it only gives it to one. It'd be kind of cool if it gave it to both of them, right? And it makes me wonder if there's like going to be an extra card hiding in the box. I suppose. I don't think that's the case though. But I suppose we can probably check the box contents and see that it says, oh, there's only 5 cards here, and that would answer that question. But either way, it makes me kind of want more cards. Maybe want more teamworks between the two of them, and all kinds of other cool things. But again, they do seem pretty strong. They do seem pretty groovy, and I hate for them to be like so powerful that they end up dominating the game and having to get nerfed and all that other stuff. Maybe they're good right where they're at. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. I think they look really fun. They're going to be honestly, IG droids. Like I've got them. I've got IG-88 for Imperial Assault. Droids like this are fun to paint. They're not hard. Like these are usually like is easy enough that you can just like, you know, prime them in gray, put a little metallic on there, some Nuln Oil, and then just brown around the leather strap, and you're done, right? Like there's like you can do these really, really quick and easy. So these are very, very easy for beginners. But then if you're more advanced, you can have a lot of fun with it. You really can. Like a Sarastro, I think, has like one of the best ever painting guides for IG-11 for Imperial Assault. So if you guys haven't already followed Sarastro's painting channel, you definitely should. Like he puts all kinds of different glows on IG. Like it's incredible. So anyway, I'm trying to get like some ideas now. Like, how am I going to do these? Am I going to make them more canon appropriate? Or if I do that, how hard is it going to be to tell them apart from each other? Oh, gosh, this is cool stuff. I get so excited. I can't wait. New minis, and also getting Din Djarin and Grogu. We've talked about that recently. It's just good stuff is coming, and I'm super hyped, and I hope you are too. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. A big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this channel possible, so thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you guys later. May the Force be with you. Keep on destroying all the meat bags that you find. Wait, no, I wasn't supposed to say that.